right. Yeah, I don't know how to start this. All right, here's what I'm about. Here's what Carlson Ministries is about. Really, what it is for years we have watched as churches go in decline, and they want to bring people within their walls. And the crazy thing is people stand within their walls and say, come in here. Well, that's not what people are about, especially in this day and age with technology and meetups and what they need. They really need people to kind of chase them, and not because there's some Sunday school contest or something. Really what needs to happen is the people who have been forever in the church, whether it's growing up in the church and then going to a Christian college and then attending seminary, and then from seminary being a youth pastor, an assistant pastor, and then a pastorate. That is the way the church has always been done. How in the world are we going to impact the generations to come, and even those leaving, even those that are out, that are aging and getting a little older, with a philosophy of everybody goes to church. They just don't go to church, and people don't see the need. And if they do see the need, they don't want to be, because they think it's their hypocritical great aunt that's there, and they're going to be hit with hellfire and brimstone. When really, when you take a look at who Jesus was, he was about relationships. He was about people. He was about faith. He was about helping people and healing people and touching people and speaking truth to them about God, about himself, and about them. And there just is something genuine about meeting people where they're at and about being with them in their environment. And so there has to be this way that the church people go out and become the church of what it should be, establishing the community with people so that they're drawn to what Christianity really is, who Christ really is, who Jesus is, and the loving, caring part of God. This being in the church and come here because we have this great program, even if it's a great Easter program. Yeah, people may go to church for Easter and Christmas, but they already have their guard up. What happens if somebody goes and actually sits in a coffee shop and talks to them and tells them some of the positive things about their lives that they see in them, whether it's the leadership or a gifting area or something, and somebody hearing something positive about themselves when the world's filled with such negative, where they beat themselves up about wrong choices. Really, it just I myself and the people that work with me, we bring in this perspective of knowing who people are, all ages, from younger kids all the way up through seniors. We bring in this knowing who they are and getting an understanding of what they're exposed to, what they're in, what they're involved in, where their heart is, how they're just kind of flailing around looking for a place to say, hey, where can I just be? And this is what needs to happen. And so there has to be a venue where this starts, this revolution of we're going to go out to impact lives. The lives don't have to come in to impact lives. It's a tricky balance, because the church is the hope of the future, but the church is not the building. The church is the people. And so how does that branch out in daily life so that lives are changed? And in a way, with a veracity and a run and grab and get and show and be, so that they see who Jesus is. I mean, this is the difference in life and death. This is the difference between heaven and hell, being in God's family and not being in God's family. Spending eternity with the gnashing of teeth or in streets of gold. We have the answer. We can't stay within the walls. We have to be able to figure out how to go out and then perhaps bring them, in the wall and bring them along the way as the relationship goes. But people need to take that ownership and need to go. Time is short. We got things to do. That's what I got.
That was awesome.